The Santos family had finally managed to buy their dream house. A 1940s construction with colonial architecture and an inexplicably low price. Marina, 17, complained about the lack of Wi-Fi signal, while her parents, Carlos and Anna, organized the boxes. The realtor had been strangely vague about the previous owners, mentioning only that the house had been empty for a long time. On the first night, Marina woke up thirsty at 317A. Going down to the kitchen, she heard light footsteps upstairs. She assumed it was her parents and returned to her room. But passing through the hallway, she saw that their bedroom door was open and both were sleeping soundly. The footsteps continued, now accompanied by a light dragging, as if someone small was walking barefoot across the wooden floor. Marina felt a chill run down her spine, but exhaustion won over curiosity. 3 days later, Marina noticed she always woke up naturally at 3 a.m. It wasn't nightmares or a full bladder. She simply awakened, and there were always the footsteps. She began timing them. 3:02 footsteps started in the back room. 3:05 Ami slowly descended the stairs. 3:08 walked through the living room. 3:12 a.m. returned upstairs. 3:15 a. Complete silence. She tried waking her parents, but they slept heavily, as if something prevented them from awakening. Marina installed a recording app on her phone. The first attempt captured only static. The second, muffled sounds. On the third night, she managed to record clearly. Small childlike footsteps, gentle breathing, and at the end, an almost inaudible whisper. Don't let her come ... please. ... Fear gave way to curiosity. Who was her? Marina decided to investigate. At 3:02 a.m., she was hidden on the stairs with her phone. She saw a small, translucent silhouette of a child, around 7 years old. He wore old clothes, short pants, suspenders, and a light shirt. His bare feet barely touched the ground. The boy stopped upon seeing her, and his eyes widened with fear. "Can you see me?" He whispered with a trembling voice. Marina nodded, her heart racing. "Who are you?" Pedro ... I used to live here. I died in 1952. Translucent tears ran down his face. She comes back. Always comes back when families move in. She doesn't like living children. Who is she? Marina descended a few steps. Pedro pointed to the basement. The lady in black. She used to kill children here before, long before I was born. I try to warn them, but no one has ever seen me before. His eyes shone with desperate hope. The next day, Marina researched the house. She found records from 1890. Madame Cordelia Vasquez, a spinster who took care of orphan children. Officially, she died of natural causes. Unofficially, neighbors suspected she mistreated the children. 7 minors disappeared during her guardianship. In 1952, the Oliveira family moved into the house with their son, Pedro, 7 years old. The child was found dead in the basement 3 days later. Official cause: accident. The family moved out immediately. Since then, 5 families with children had inhabited the house. all left abruptly after accidents or mysterious illnesses involving their younger children. Marina understood. Pedro had died trying to hide from the entity. Now he remained as a guardian, trying to protect other children. But she was no longer a child, or was she? At 17, did she still count as a minor? Fear grew when she realized her research had lasted hours. It was almost 3 p.m. That night, Marina waited awake. At 2:45 a.m., the temperature plummeted. At 2:58 a.m, she heard a different sound. Not Pedro's little steps, but something heavy dragging through the basement. Pedro appeared running, panicked. "She's coming. She knows you saw me." His eyes overflowed with terror. "Hide. Don't let her see your eyes." Marina heard the basement door creaking. Slow, calculated steps climbed the stairs. A malignant presence hung in the air like toxic smoke. Pedro positioned himself between Marina and the staircase, his small fists clenched in determination. A figure emerged from the shadows. A tall woman dressed in black with disheveled gray hair. Her eyes were empty holes that sucked the surrounding light. Madame Cordelia had returned. She stopped upon seeing Pedro and smiled, revealing rotten teeth. "Still here, boy? How persistent?" Her voice was like broken glass. "And you brought a little friend, ... double quotes. Run, Marina." Pedro shouted, expanding his spiritual form to block the passage. Madame Cordelia laughed, a sound that made the picture frames vibrate on the walls. Foolish children, always trying to play hero. She extended skeletal arms toward Marina. Marina ran to her parents' room, shaking them desperately. But they remained in deep sleep. The entity had bewitched them. Through the hallway, she heard sounds of struggle. Pedro was trying to stop Cordelia, but she was stronger. 50 years waiting, ... double quotes, the madame's voice echoed. A teenager is even better than a child. More vital energy to absorb. Marina locked herself in the bathroom, turning on all the lights. She remembered the stories. Evil spirits hated bright light. But the bulbs began to flicker and fail one by one. Pedro appeared through the wall, wounded and translucent. "She's too strong. So many years of hatred, ... He gasped. "Pedro, I need to know exactly how you died." Marina whispered urgently. She called me to the basement, said she had candy ... but down there were chains on the wall and small bones scattered around. Pedro trembled. "I tried to run, but she caught me. I died trying to break the mirror." "What mirror?" "She looked at herself in it while doing terrible things. Said the mirror kept her youth." Pedro pointed downward. "It's broken, but still there." Marina understood. Mirrors in ancient legends trapped souls. If Cordelia's mirror still existed, it was her anchor to the physical world. But to destroy it completely, she would have to go down to the basement where she was strongest. The bathroom door began to bend inward. Madame Cordelia laughed on the other side. "Come out. DEARS ... Playtime is over." Her long nails tore through the wood like paper. "It's dinner time, and I've been hungry for decades." Marina opened the bathroom window and climbed down the drain pipe to the backyard. Pedro followed her, amazed by her courage. The basement has an external entrance, she remembered. They found the old door covered with ivy. Inside, the horror was palpable. Children's drawings on the walls, made with dried blood, rusted chains, and in the center, an ornate mirror, cracked but still reflecting a distorted image of Madame Cordelia. "She's coming," Pedro warned. Cordelia descended like a giant spider, furious. "My sanctuary, how dare you?" Marina grabbed an old hammer and ran to the mirror. Cordelia screamed, extending deadly claws. Pedro threw himself between them, receiving the blow meant for Marina. "Now!" he shouted, beginning to fade. Marina completely shattered the mirror. Madame Cordelia let out a scream that cracked the walls, her form dissolving into black smoke. Pedro smiled, now glowing with golden light. "Thank you. I can rest now." He disappeared in peace. Upstairs, the parents finally awakened.